Hey everybody, Tacoma Comics here. This is a contest entry video for BatWatcher Comics. Go sub them up, check them out. I'm doing this on my phone. I'm doing this without any editing. I'm doing this without any of the dirty tissues there. Usual rules about 18 and over, be subscribed. And BatWatcher just wants to know what you're reading currently. Not really what you're collecting, but what you're reading. So just kind of quickly, we're my bedroom here. Don't want to give you too much of that because it's nothing spectacular. This is my bedside table, and this is what I'm reading. It's just, when I buy comics on my pull list, or I get them back issues that I want to read and not just collect, they go in this pile here. So I just read Miss Marvel the other night. So I know nothing about Venom. I mean, back in the day, the 80s, I read the first comics with the with Venom and with the black suit and stuff, but I don't really know a lot about the character and how it all ties together. I'm not following it recently, so picked up these True Believers so I could kind of check it out and get the story. That was one of them. Batman 43. I haven't read this one yet. This is Poison Ivy apparently has taken over the world and controls everybody except Batman. So we'll see where that story leads. Tom King is good as usual. Descender. I heard this was an amazing issue. Still loving this comic. It's not getting a lot of discussion anymore, but it's still an amazing comic. Descender 28. Don't love this cover. Don't love the yellows on this cover. All the covers for Kill or Be Killed have been awesome, but this yellow kind of throws me off. Doesn't have that dark grittiness to it, but this is a great comic, and this looks like it's going to be another great issue of a great comic. Maybe I'll get to that tonight. Usually I read these in the order that they're down here. Not always, but sometimes. Outcast, I'm having a love-hate relationship with this. Sometimes I'm loving it. The new arc is really good. Sometimes I'm like, I just wish it would end and not be so dark and dreary inside all the time. It's a little bit brighter, but the color palettes are usually kind of dark and not that light, and kind of gives you this pallor to it. And I suppose that's the intention, but sometimes this gets a little dreary and I get tired of reading it, to be honest with you. What's next? Star Wars. Really bored with this. The Ashes of Jeddah storyline was just... I really wish that they would end so I could go on and read the new Darth Vader series, because the first Darth Vader series was amazing. This one's just getting a little boring, but I have the first 45 issues plus some cool variants, so I'm not about to stop now because that's just the way I am. What is this here? Department H. This is the final Department H, number 24. I'm super excited to read this one. This will probably go to the top of the pile because I want to figure out what's going on. Except it can't, because I've got to read 23 first. Days of Hate. I like the first one of this. Kind of similar to Cal Exit. A little future, not too far off in the future. United States gone bad, and people trying to fix it, and people trying to take advantage of it going bad. This next one I know nothing about, but it caught my eye in the store. I started reading it. It's a very simple story, but I don't mean that in a negative way. The Highest House. It's just about a boy in sort of a medieval town who gets taken away by a wizard, sold as a slave, but it looks like he's not actually going to be working as a slave. Something else is going on. It's just beautiful artwork. It's in this large format. I thought it was pretty cool. Thought I'd give it a shot. That sort of stuff. It's got to get a whole new bag and board for that, but pretty cool. So that was this week, 3 days ago on Wednesday. This is stuff left over from the week before that I haven't finished reading yet. And I just dropped Cal Exit. So there's Cal Exit number 2 after the long wait finally came out. I really can't wait to read that. Obviously, the first one was really awesome. Champions, getting close to Jim Zub taking over in 19. There's issue 17. I haven't read this one yet. There's Department H 23, so I got to get through that before I read 24. And if you're not reading Department H, it's a great story with just these beautiful watercolors done by Matt Kint's wife, Charlene Kint. Oh man, the artwork's amazing. Gives you the feeling of claustrophobia and being underwater. It's great. There's Descender 27. I guess I should read that before Descender 28. I just picked this up 25-cent bin at a half price, and you can see there the sticker. I hate their stupid price stickers. Came off. It's a Matt Fraction one. It actually was a fun little story. I haven't read any of the X-Men. That's what I grew up on in the 80s. Issues like 150 to 250. But this was pretty cool. What series is this? Where is it? It's 400 and something or 500 and something. So I can't even find the number. Anyway, there it is. Right. 512. So one of the later issues, but it's still a cool read. Crosswind. I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is issue 6. I don't have 5. This is great by the great Gail Simone, who followed me on Twitter the other day. Yay! That was pretty cool. Tacoma Comics on Twitter, y'all. We're reading some of these Doctor Strange Damnation storylines, but not the Damnation, sorry. The Donny Cates on Doctor Strange right before when Loki took over the Sorcerer Supreme. I read a few of these, I guess 383, maybe I didn't read 384 yet. And 385, don't know what I'm waiting for. Just sitting there in a pile. I got this a while ago. Put this in a haul like a month ago. Haven't gotten around to reading it yet. That's the new Superman #1. That's just a variant. And then I figured I'd get #2. I know nothing about this comic except Emma Rios does it, and she does the artwork on Pretty Deadly, so I thought I'd give it a read, see what's going on. It's called Mirror. I'll let you know. Phoenix. I didn't have #3. I had 1, 2, then I got 4 and 5, and I missed #3. Now I've got #3. I can read the rest of them. So there's Phoenix Resurrection 3, Phoenix Resurrection 4, with Storm, my second favorite X-Men after Wolverine, and Phoenix Resurrection #5. So there's about 30, maybe 20, 25 comics there I gotta read. And then down here, this is called Twilight. It's by Howard Chaykin. I know nothing about it except that I bought it because it was cheap at a half-price bookstore one day. It's a 3-issue limited series. I got all 3 down here. And it's just been sitting there for, I'd say, almost a year. I haven't gotten around to reading it yet. You can tell I've got enough problems reading my own stuff. So, that's what I got in store for me. Hopefully I'll get to it before next Wednesday. Like I said, this was a contest entry for BatWatcher Comics. Sub them up, check them out. This is Tacoma Comics. Sub me up if you haven't subbed me up before. If you know or like any of these books, leave a comment below and let me know about them, okay? Talk to you guys later.